Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to do something sweet. I'm going to teach you how to do a cake that we eat a lot here in Brazil. That is the carrot cake covered with chocolate. First, I'm going to teach you how to do the cake, and while the cake is baking, I'm going to teach you how to do the cover. To my cake, I'm going to add also raisins because I think it gives a bit more flavor and it gets really delicious, okay? So I'm gonna use a blender, and because I'm gonna use a blender, I'm gonna do with carrots sliced like this. But if you don't have a blender, you have to rate all your carrots. So here I have a carrot and a half, cut like this, and the other half of the carrot I rate like this. And here are the raisins. I have blacks and whites. Because this part I'm not gonna put in the blender. I'm gonna mix after. Because I want the raisins to be like this. I don't want them to be smashed. So that's why I'm not gonna put this in the blender. You're also gonna need 4 eggs. Here, 4 eggs. I can't turn because they're gonna fall. 2 cups of all-purpose flours and a cup of sugar and half a cup of oil. I'm gonna use corn oil, but you can use corn oil, you can use soy oil, you can use whatever oil you feel like. And also you need baking powder, a tablespoon of baking powder. To start, make sure that you turn your oven, because your oven has to be hot when you're going to put the cake inside. Here you can see I put mine in 180 to 200 degrees Celsius, and that's the good temperature to bake a cake, okay? And also you need a baking dish, greased and floured, because if you don't do this, your cake sticks and then you can't take it out. If you have a baking dish that is plastic or silicone, that can go in the oven, of course, you can use it too. Okay? So, to start, I'm gonna take my blender here and I'm gonna put in my blender first the oil and the eggs. So I put the eggs and the oil, and then I'm gonna mix. Now I'm gonna put the sliced carrots. If you don't do it like this, sometimes your blender is not able to mix everything because it gets too thick. Mix the carrots. Now I'm gonna put the sugar. And the flour. I mix the flour and it gets pretty thick. I had to do like this sometimes to get it out and mix it well with this thing. And now I'm gonna put the baking powder and this. And then I'm not gonna blend anymore. I'm gonna mix with my hands, okay? So once it's well mixed, you're gonna put in your baking recipient. So after you put your cake here and you mixed it all, you can put it in the oven. I'm gonna put in the oven for more or less 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna see if it's done. To see if it's done, you have to stick a little something, can be a fork or a stick, and if it gets out clean, means that your cake is ready. If it gets out not clean is because your cake is not ready. Normally this cake takes 45 to 50 minutes to get ready. And while it's baking, I'm going to teach you how to do the cover. So now I'm going to teach you how to do the cover. You're going to need sugar, margarine or butter, chocolate in powder, and milk. Okay? So first I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of butter, and the chocolate. I don't know how much chocolate I put. I think it's more or less the same as I put of sugar. And then I'm going to turn on the fire. And you have to keep stirring it, because if you don't, you can burn the chocolate and it's not good. Okay? So everything is kind of fused together, can you see? And you put the milk. I must have like a quarter of cup of milk here. Now you mix until everything is fused together and you don't have particles of chocolate and sugar. Because the chocolate and the sugar, they get a bit they get a bit like, I don't know, solid and granulate. So here you see everything is boiling, and it's like a fondue. You let it boil for a little bit. You put the fire low, and you let it boil for, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then it's done. So here we have the final cake. I'm not gonna cut it now. You can eat it hot or cold, as you wish. And bon appétit!